Welcome to They're All People. Every conversation is a chance to give 1% more than expected.
It happened on a Thursday that felt like a Monday. Everyone felt the tension. We were slammed, orders backed up, printer jammed, somebody had called off again. You could see it in everyone's shoulders, that slow hunch that says, just survive the day. Then it got worse. A client email came in hot, all caps, exclamation points, demanding answers. Our supervisor, Marcus, grabbed his phone, sighed, and for a second I thought he was going to lose it. You know that moment when one person's reaction can set the whole tone? That was it. But he didn't explode. He just stopped, set the phone down. Then he said, almost calm, "All right, let's take a breath. Here's the plan." Then he gave some simple direction for each of us. That was it. No lecture, no panic, just a tone and a direction. And somehow it changed everything. You could feel the room exhale. People started moving again. One person fixed the printer. Another grabbed the extra order. Within 10 minutes, it was like the storm had passed. After we shipped the last package, I asked him, "How'd you stay so calm?" He laughed. "I wasn't calm," he said. "I just knew if I lost it, everyone else would too." That stuck with me, because leadership isn't the loudest voice in the room, it's the clearest. It's the tone that turns panic into focus. And that day, Marcus reminded me, people don't follow rank, they follow rhythm. That's what we're talking about today, how to lead like a human, not a title, how to earn respect, not with authority, but with consistency, tone, and the quiet kind of presence that makes people want to follow you.
Yeah, that's big. Because what Marcus did wasn't magic, it was management done right. He didn't just control the situation, he set the tone. And that's the move every real leader has to learn, how to steady the room before you steer it.
What most leaders, heck, most people get wrong. We think the more we push to fix, the more control we have. But emotion is contagious. Your visible mood travels through the room in minutes, sometimes seconds. Even your breath, your posture, it ripples.
And people feel it more than they hear it. If you're up and down, or you bring panic, your team mirrors that chaos. Calm is survival. Panic makes it all worse. When you model control, or at least just, "Hey, we got this," you buy trust, even before you say a word.
If you want to lead like a human, start with this. Whatever you bring multiplies, calm spreads, panic does too. So ask yourself, what am I putting in the mirror? Short version, lead the room with your face, not just your voice, and you'll earn respect beyond your rank.
And look, in every workplace, like in every locker room, the real captains aren't the ones with the patch. They're the ones who set the tone.
So here's the real fix, and this one's for anyone who's ever led a crew, a shift, or even just trained a new hire. Forget about being the cheerleader in the room or the one with all the big ideas. That stuff fades fast. What sticks is credibility. Think of it like a bank. Every time you follow through on a task, a promise, a check-in, you're making a deposit. Every time you drop the ball, deflect, or say, "I'll get to it," and don't, that's a withdrawal. And everyone around you, they're tracking the balance. Psychology nails this down. Simons, Mayer, Scorman, decades of research say people don't trust what you say, they trust the evidence you leave behind.
Right, and that's not theory. I've seen crews build their whole rhythm around this. We had this thing, receipt of the day. Snap a photo of a finished task, or a quick text that said, "Close the loop with client X." At first it sounded corny, but it caught fire. Suddenly, nobody had to chase updates. We could see progress. And if someone said, "Yeah, I'll handle that punch list," we all knew the next step. Show the proof. Accountability turned into pride.
Exactly, that's the move. Consistency beats charisma. You don't have to sparkle, you just have to show up the same way every day. That's what earns people's respect. Here's a drill that works across any job. Call it the 2-minute presence. Before a conversation, a text, or a meeting, stop for 120 seconds. No phone, no rush. Just focus fully on the person or task in front of you. It sounds small, but that kind of presence turns every promise into something people can feel.
And when you give direction, close the loop. Always finish with 3 things. Who's doing it, what's being done, and when it's due. Say it out loud or write it down. That's how good coaches do it. I once heard Belichick tell his team, "Do your job." Not flashy, not emotional, just crystal clear. No one leaves the huddle wondering.
Let's test that. Say you call IT because your system's down. They tell you, "We'll fix it soon." You hang up, but you don't trust it, right? Now what if they said, "Hey, this is Jordan in tech. I've logged your issue, case number 4623. I'll text you by 4 p.m. with an update, done or not. That's instant credibility. One's lip service, the other's a deposit.
Receipts, not reminders. That's the kind of leadership people remember.
Because your crew, your clients, your peers, they don't follow your title, they follow your track record. Deposit after deposit, that's how trust builds itself. And once you've got that, you don't have to pull people, they move with you. Let's land it with a trait that every legendary coach will tell you they look for: coachability and humility. Growth first thinking, constant prep, instant feedback. It's not just sports psychology, it's daily discipline.
I had a day like that, a mess of a job site, miscommunication everywhere, and yeah, I blew a call in front of the whole crew. Could have blamed it on being busy, right? But instead, I just stopped, called a meeting, and said, that was on me. I got the schedule wrong. And you could feel the change. People straightened up. Tension broke. I owned it, moved on, and suddenly everyone else got looser, more honest. It worked faster than any let's do better speech I've ever tried.
If you want sticky cues, here are 2. Energy check. That's before big meetings. Use it like a huddle. Look at your team. Look at your own energy. It's a ritual, not a cliche. And after a task, receipt. Not as an attack, but as a shared nudge. Show me, don't just tell me.
Turn this into action right away. Tomorrow morning, before you say a word, pause. Take one deep breath and check your tone and your posture. That's your mirror check, the moment you set the room's rhythm. Then, before leaving for the day, fix or remove one small obstacle that slowed your team down. A broken tool, unclear form, missing label. That's it. Small steps, no permission needed.
You'll know it's working when feedback gets faster, people reset after mistakes without drama, and there's less silent blame in the air. The win? Meetings feel lighter, trust sneaks in, and people follow you even when you're not looking.
Don't wait. Give these a shot tomorrow. Share what's working or what blows up. Drop your stories in the community comments so somebody else can learn. Swap routine ideas, pitch mirror check rituals, whatever. The only way this stuff sticks is if you do the action items. Not just today, but every day you want to lead like a human.
You're the model for your team. Go further than your title, and you'll build something people remember. Next time, we'll get even deeper into building up, not just leading down.
Be the calm in the chaos, and the first to sweep the floor. See you in Chapter 8.
You've been listening to They're All People. Don't wait for culture to change. Start it with your next conversation.